What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tom here with Tom Ria Sports, and we're back with our Week 14 NFL recap. Tough week, but we're looking ahead. A few more weeks left in the season, trying to close out strong. Week 14 began with the Rams hosting the Patriots. Patriots are coming off a huge win against the Chargers. They were 5.5-point underdogs, I believe, on the road. I felt like Rams were definitely going to win the game. Just thought Patriots would keep it close. Boy, was that off. Rams dominated throughout. They ran the ball all day, all over New England. Huge win for Los Angeles as they look to win the division in a tight race with Seattle. Then on the Sunday slate was Texans-Bears. Another one I was way off on. I had the Texans narrowly winning this game. They were 1.5-point favorites. Figured they would cover there. Wasn't even close. The Bears defense played great. Texans were awful. Their defense is bad. Just in all facets were bad. I thought Watson would have a big day, and he had quite the opposite. But big win for the Bears. Tough loss for Texans. Cowboys-Bengals. This was an easy game to predict. The Bengals have nothing offensively. Even against a horrible Cowboy defense, they still only score 7 points. Cowboys are 3-point favorites. They win and cover, so the first W of the week. Chiefs-Dolphins. This game, a lot of people felt it was going to be close, and it really wasn't early on. Going into the fourth quarter, Chiefs had a pretty sizable lead, but Miami made a nice comeback. Defense got a lot of turnovers early on, but with a team like Kansas City, you got to be able to score a lot of points. Miami did get some points late, made it close, but there's still a couple weapons offensively away from being on that type of level. Chiefs get it done. And they actually don't cover. It was a 7.5-point favorites. I actually took Miami, so that was a great win for us. But Chiefs improved to 12-1. Cardinals-Giants. I was worried about this game, man. Everyone's talking about the Giants and this and that, and they had a huge win in Seattle. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it really affected them too much mentally. I honestly just think Daniel Jones was horrible. I don't know if he's not healthy or if he's just back to his old ways, but the offense was an absolute joke. And defense actually played pretty well. They were on the field a ton, but they kept the team within striking range throughout. Ultimately, it was just too much. Hassan Reddick, huge day. Cardinals get a big win, improved to 7-6. And the Cardinals covered the 2.5-point spread as well. Vikings-Bucks. Buccaneers were 6.5-point favorites at home, coming off a bye. Didn't look too pretty early on. Buccaneers didn't play their best game. Their defense played really well, though, and they ultimately get a big victory. Dan Bailey was horrible. Might have been a closer game if he made some field goals. Don't know what's going on with him, but Bucks get a big win, improved to 8-5. Broncos-Panthers. Panthers were 3-point favorites at home. No DJ Moore, no Christian McCaffrey. Still felt they might be able to pull this one out, but Drew Lock played pretty well. He has his up and down moments. Still not a believer in him at all, though. Broncos win and beat the spread. They improved to 5-8. Titans-Jaguars. Titans were 7.5-point favorites on the road, coming off an embarrassing loss. Just felt they would come out strong, and they really did just that. Derrick Henry had another 200-yard performance. They blow out Jacksonville, who's not playing for anything other than a top pick, and cover the 7.5-point spread to improve to 9-4. Colts-Raiders. Colts were 3-point favorites on the road. Knew there was going to be a lot of points scored in this game. T.Y. Hilton played great. Jonathan Taylor was awesome. Raiders fired Paul Gunther right after the game. I think that was something probably they needed to do. Their defense has been really bad just about all year. They have had injuries, but they've not been good. Colts, on the other hand, they're a fun team to watch going down the stretch. I don't believe they own the tiebreaker over Tennessee. I think Tennessee does, although they split their matchups. So they should be able to get in regardless if they keep winning, but not going to be by winning the division unless Tennessee falls off. But they definitely have a favorable schedule. But big win for the Colts regardless. They win, they cover. Seahawks-Jets, man. For a second I was thinking about taking the Jets just to cover because the spread was 14. Fortunately, I didn't, and it would have made me look real bad. Seahawks dominated. Huge victory. Jets scored 3 points in their opening drive and then didn't score a point the rest of the game. So they're in big trouble. They're 0-13. Looks like they're well within range of getting Trevor Lawrence. They got to fire Gase at some point. We'll see what happens with that. But Seahawks improved to 9-4 while getting a big victory. Packers-Lions. the game kind of went the way I expected. I knew it would be close at half. I figured Green Bay would pull away in the second half, and they sort of did, but not by enough. Packers were 7.5-point favorites. I picked them to cover, and they win by 7. Oof, that's a bad beat right there. Just by half a point. Didn't even get the push. But Lions ultimately do just enough to beat the spread. They get the loss. They're 5-8. Matt Stafford's hurt. Packers win the division. They're 10-3. Saints and Eagles. Saints coming off a bunch of wins in a row. Eagles starting Jalen Hurts. I really thought Saints defense would give him fits, even in Philly. I also thought it might be raining, but I guess that didn't happen. But Hurts played pretty well. The defense played really well. And the Eagles ultimately win and beat the spread. Saints fall to 10-3. Eagles 4-1, a couple games out of the NFC East. Falcons, Chargers, the game of two teams that love to blow leads and play terrible in the big moments. And again, it was evident here. Falcons were 2.5-point favorites. Herbert threw a pick. Ryan threw a pick. Herbert goes down the field. They get the late field goal. I didn't really watch much of this game. Figured more points to be scored than only 37 combined. But Chargers win and beat the spread. Washington 49ers. Washington looks like the best team in the NFC East. It's an up and down affair between them and the Giants right now. Giants did beat them twice, but I think this is a little bit of a different Washington team than what the Giants saw earlier on. Coming off now back-to-back wins against San Francisco and Pittsburgh. We'll see what they can do going forward. Still have a pretty tough schedule, but at 6-7, they don't hold a tiebreaker versus the Giants. So if they ultimately finish with the same record, then Giants would get in. But Washington up a game right now. Steelers, Bills. This game, man. Steelers it was a real low-scoring game. I believe Steelers were up 7-0, 7-3, and then Big Ben threw a pick 6, and the whole game shifted. I mean, really, that just ended things for them. Went to half down 9-7. Then Bills came out strong the second half, took a pretty big lead, and they never let up. Buffalo's a dangerous team. Dangerous team, man. They're going to be really, really fun to watch down the stretch. I hope they can make a run. As a native New Yorker, I'd love to see them do big things. And then the Monday night game, the game of the year for sure, no doubt about it. Ravens-Browns, super high scoring, really back and forth. Ravens were up by a couple scores. Browns started off early, were leading. It was back and forth. Then it looked like Browns were going to win. Then Lamar Jackson was in the locker room. Some say he was taking a poop. I think he was just getting IVs, but whatever floats your boat. Comes out of the locker room, throws a 4th down touchdown. Then the Browns score. Then the Ravens go down the field, kick a long 55-yard field goal with Tucker. I mean, I'm losing my voice, but such an exciting game. Really, one of the best games I've ever seen. Definitely the best game of the year. Browns fall to 9-4, and Ravens keep their playoff hopes alive. As for us, we had the Browns. That was a tough L there. Overall, for the week, we finished 6-10. After a strong week 13, we kind of let up a little bit this week. Had some bad beats, but no excuses. And then, so we're going to give you also our week 15 Thursday night football pick. Again, I'm not good at Thursday night football. I'll probably have to go back at the end of the season and just see how many L's I've taken here, but Raiders, as of now, are 3.5-point favorites at home. They're playing for something. I'm taking them to win and cover that. I could see them winning by 3 just to screw me, but I'm going to take the Raiders here. I think they win by about a touchdown. Guys, as always, I appreciate you tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, throw a like, comment if you have any picks you want to share or any video ideas, and I'll talk to you guys soon.